You don't actually want to be happy. That's the first uncomfortable truth. If you really wanted happiness, your brain would have given it to you already. It knows how. It has the tools. It just withholds them because happiness isn't the goal. Survival is. Your brain doesn't care if you feel fulfilled, inspired, or emotionally balanced. It cares if you keep going, if you stay functional, if you don't collapse in the middle of the chaos and become a liability. So instead of happiness, it offers something cheaper, faster, temporary, a convincing illusion. And the disturbing part? It can activate that illusion in about 15 seconds. Not because life suddenly gets better, not because your problems disappear, but because your brain quietly cheats its own emotional system. Here are 3 psychological tricks your brain uses to fake happiness, not to heal you, not to fix anything, but to keep you moving while everything stays exactly the same. The first trick is something you felt but probably never questioned. That sudden, weird calm after you sigh. Not a normal sigh, the deep one, the dramatic, almost theatrical sigh that feels like your body gave up for a second. That sigh isn't relief. It's a reset. When you exhale slowly and deeply, your brain interprets it as a signal that danger has passed. No threat detected, no predator nearby. No immediate crisis. And because your nervous system evolved thousands of years ago, it still treats breathing as a status report. Slow breath equals safety. Safety equals permission to stand down. So your brain lowers cortisol. It reduces adrenaline. It loosens its grip just enough for you to feel lighter. Not happy, just less tense, less alert, less on edge. And that's enough to fool you. Nothing changed. Your problems are still there. The thoughts are waiting patiently. But for a few seconds, your brain suspends the alarm system. Not because you're okay, but because it assumes you must be. Otherwise, you wouldn't be breathing like that. It's not kindness. It's efficiency. The illusion wears off quickly, which is why you catch yourself sighing again and again, like your body is begging your brain to stop panicking for just a moment longer. That's trick 1, fake safety through breath control. The second trick is more unsettling because it messes directly with your sense of control. Ever notice how your mood shifts the moment you clean something small? Organize a desk, delete useless files, straighten a shelf. Suddenly, your head feels clearer, calmer, almost productive happy. That's not because cleaning fixes your life. It's because your brain is obsessed with control. When life feels overwhelming, unpredictable, or emotionally messy, your brain looks for any signal that says, at least something is under control. And when it finds one, it rewards you. That reward is dopamine, not the exciting kind, the quiet, stabilizing kind. Your brain doesn't care what you controlled. It could be your room, your phone storage, or even just lining objects symmetrically. Control is control. And control reduces uncertainty. Reduced uncertainty feels like relief. Relief feels like happiness. So your brain labels the sensation as good and lets you enjoy it for a few seconds. But here's the dark part. This trick doesn't solve chaos. It distracts from it. Your brain is basically saying, yes, everything is falling apart, but look, you aligned the books, we're fine. And for a moment, you believe it. That's why people obsessively clean during emotional breakdowns. That's why organizing feels addictive when life feels uncontrollable. That's why minimalism feels like peace instead of emptiness. It's not happiness. It's the illusion of mastery. And your brain uses it to keep you from noticing how powerless you actually feel. Now, the third trick is the most disturbing because it involves your thoughts lying to you in real time. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, "At least it's not worse"? That sentence seems harmless, optimistic even, but it's one of your brain's most powerful emotional manipulation tools. The moment you compare your situation to something worse, your brain recalibrates your emotional baseline. Suddenly, your pain feels smaller, less urgent, more manageable. Not because it is, but because it's relative. Your brain evolved to measure danger comparatively. Worse threats take priority. Lesser ones get deprioritized. So when you imagine something worse, your brain quietly moves your current pain down the list. Lower priority means fewer resources allocated to emotional distress. And just like that, you feel better. Not because things improved, but because your brain reclassified your suffering. This is why people in terrible situations still laugh, why trauma survivors joke, why dark humor exists, why sarcasm feels comforting when nothing else does. Your brain is saying, if we can joke about it, it can't be fatal. It's emotional camouflage. And it works terrifyingly well. But here's what all three tricks have in common, and this is the part most people don't want to hear. They are not designed to make you happy. They are designed to keep you functional. Your brain doesn't aim for joy. It aims for tolerable discomfort, just enough relief to stop you from breaking, just enough calm to reset the system, just enough illusion to survive another cycle. That's why the happiness fades quickly. That's why you keep needing it again. That's why you chase moments instead of stability. You're not failing at happiness. You're succeeding at survival. And the more you overthink, the more aware you become of the tricks, which is ironic because awareness doesn't stop them, it just makes them creepier. You start noticing how your mood lifts for no logical reason, how a breath changes everything, how a small task calms your mind, how comparison softens pain. And you realize something unsettling. Your emotions aren't as deep as they feel. They're programmable. Not by motivation, not by positivity, but by ancient shortcuts designed to keep you alive in a hostile world. So the next time you feel a sudden wave of happiness that makes no sense, don't ask what changed. Ask what your brain just did. Because chances are, it didn't fix anything. It just fooled you long enough to keep going. And somehow, that's usually enough.